Good morning, guys. Welcome, OGC fam. Today we have a special video for everyone. Today we're going to talk about everything we need to know about this new patch that just came out. But first, I want to invite everyone that watches these videos to join me in a chat in-game. I'll show you how to do it. If we open up the chats, we hit the top right plus button, hit add friends. Now we type in the following numbers: 2, 8, 6, 8, 6, 0, 4, 6. I'll include that gamer ID in the link in the description. So if you don't remember these numbers, just check out the description. Those numbers will be there. If you hit search, it will pop up with OGC Undying. Hit the add button. And anybody that sends this account a friend request, I'll add you into a super secret group on Art of Conquest where you can talk with myself and the other members of the OG family. If you guys have direct questions, you can ask it in the group. If you guys have requests for videos, things that you're confused about, you're more than welcome to hop in. And everyone's invited. So to start off the video today, we have a ton to talk about. There's so many updates, there's so many things going on. So the first thing that we'll look at is the castle levels. So I have to give Lilith credit for releasing the castles this way. What they do is they have every castle on lockdown essentially, so it's not going to be obtainable until a certain amount of time passes by. Right now it's going to be 9.5 days until people can hit castle level 42. This is huge for older servers. I actually got to see yesterday a friend of mine that's a free-to-play player has 60 something days worth of rush saved up. So and I mean overnight they could have become probably, I don't know, castle level 44 or something crazy like that. So Lilith putting everything out in this fashion was actually a pretty smart move. It levels the playing field for established servers a little bit. You still need to use a bunch of rush if you want to keep pace with everything. That being said, as your castle levels up, you'll be able to go in and train your dragons. So I'm still castle level 40. I'm not using my rush until I have to. But as soon as you hit castle level 41, you can then increase your dragon by an additional level. It is important to note, guys, that when you guys are queuing up to build your new castle levels, deploy a dragon that increases your building speed, and also make sure that when you actually queue up, you're on a building tile that gives you a 10% reduced time for building. So what that looks like is, it looks like one of these spots where it says 10% faster building. You only need to be on that spot when you queue up the castle. Also, if you guys have a dragon that increases your building construction speed, go with that because that will help out quite a bit. So I have 10% from this dragon. I also, when I did it, I moved on to this building spot for another 10%. And what that looks like is I now have 290 hours until castle level 41. I do have a bunch of rush saved up, so I'll be able to hit that and stay on pace at least for castle level 42 with everyone else. I'll show you the difference between moving on that tile and not moving on that tile and setting up your dragon. So this is one of my ults. If I look at this, it's 351 days. So that's over 60 hours worth of difference. I mean, we're talking 2.5, 3 days difference just from putting out a dragon and just from moving into a tile spot. I forget off the top of my head how much research plays a part of that, but make sure that we're smart about this and we move to the right areas. So strongholds can now go up to 45. They're releasing it slowly. That way everyone can kind of jump up at the same time. If you're not on a server where everybody's maxed out yet, maybe it's a newer server, keep this in mind as the whales break away from the pack, because now their upper limits just got that much higher. So along with these changes, we also got 20 new levels for the Void. So let's go check that out. Let's go see what terrain it is. That way we can figure out what race we need to be. Alright, so I did already come in here, not going to lie, so I had to check it out. So Stage 121, you can get a scepter. I'm interested to see what all of these new scrolls do. I'd go through all of this. This is actually going to be huge. 125, get a flawless Tectonic Great Axe. That's awesome. I can't wait to get that. Some of these weapons are not super desirable. I'll definitely take a Soul Blade. This weapon is pretty solid as well. Gives you the 29 useful sap points. This I think is probably the best sap for PvP if you need stamina boosts. But yeah, so you can check it out in game. Is that a flawless? Wow. That's awesome. So check it out in game, and let's try this real quick. Void 121. Let's just try this. I'm gonna go with 5 packs of trees up front, 3 packs of archers. I have Mako, Cleo, Avalon, Dragon, Turtle, and Jax. Let's try this out and see how this goes. So this is Void 121. And we positioned Jax so his double charge wouldn't go off. That way he can conserve more ammo. I don't know if that's going to help us out or not. But it looks like a bunch of my troops are dropping, so that's not good. But it also looks like a bunch of theirs is dropping as well. And Jax still has some ammo left, so that's huge. These are just silver archers, by the way. I don't even have gold ones right now. I need to get rid of some of my gold catapults. And just like that, guys, we got a perfect Void 121. My first try on tape. I did a couple times just to make sure that this would work. Mako outdamaged Jax. The silver archers did a little bit of damage. And if we look at these, we can see the new Dire Guardian, or the Watcher, with their increase to the enchanted arrows and overgrown vines. You can pause the video, read up on it if you want to see. Alright, let's go forth and collect stuff. Ooh! Alright, so now we're outside the Void. We're going to go take a look at a couple other things. First of all, under our activity, we can open this up and get some Sutra Scrolls. With these Sutra Scrolls, we can then use those for our troops. So if and I actually like how they added these tabs in, so we can go through our troops without having to enter and exit. So if we look at this, if we wanted to increase the damage mitigation from our Outriders or Huntresses, we can use the scroll and get that. So it went from rank 1 to rank 2. Depending on your ranks, you can then go up in levels, or get new things. There's another type of currency. This game has so many types of currency, but there's another one that does these bigger bonuses. You can get them. I did get some through the Victory Road. I don't know if I can go back and see rewards. No, I can't. But you can also buy them in the shop. I think I found it on my one of my alts, and it was 300 Lunari in the shop. Yep, there we go. So 300 Lunari a pop. I hope that they put plenty of these in the game, because that's pretty expensive. And I have to imagine as you level up, it's just going to get more and more expensive. So now we can kind of specialize our troops a little bit and awaken them once they get to different points. If we come in and we look under our achievements, we can now get different mounts, and each mount offers a different unique thing. So let's check out, see what these mounts look like. So first and foremost, this is the Doom Dragon. This is if your temple's all +8, meaning you spent an insane amount of money on this game. I have to admit, it looks pretty badass. I would, if I had so much money that I didn't know what to do and every charity was taken care of, that's what I would get right there. There is the Ancestral Unicorn, which actually that does look pretty cool as well. And then we have, for the Unicorn, you need a +6 temple. And actually, that doesn't look bad with Elena. And then we have the Netherlands, or the Neither Jackal. You need a +4 temple for that. And what that what the Jackal does is it gives you 15% faster movement. And as you can see, you get a little bit of stars that trail you as you move, which is pretty cool. All of the troops got bonuses, which it's in the patch notes. I'll link the patch notes in the description below. Your chakra power is now added to your core power. And all of our formations stay the same. They have, I haven't noticed anything different. I did go in and do the hero trials, and today even my hero trials formation stay the same. So I am going to cut out here and go back into the void and get 122. That way we can find out what's in that crafting scroll. Alright guys, so we're going for void 122. The crafting item actually dropped, so I need to clear out this stage in order to get that. I'm hoping that my GAN stays up long enough to make all of this work. It's going to be really, really hard because GAN enjoys dying. That's not too much fun for us. But I think I have it this time. My borrowed turtle is dead, so I'm just using a turtle with no research right now. And although we still have troops going forwards, these ranged troops that they have are insanely strong, and I am not used to doing this without a humanoid dragon. But it looks like we're going to get this. We are not going to get perfect on this. Tomorrow we will. This should be a pretty easy one to get perfect on. I'll post that video tomorrow. But for today, we're going to get all of the crafting that we need. Mako got a second life, and Jax gets the final kill. So let's go see what this crafting drops. Wow, that is brutal. That is brutal. So this is Devil's Light. Let's see what the Devil's Light does. Tap here. Tap here. That really didn't do too much to help us out. So this should be... Here we go. Devil's Light. Metamorphosis +1 to Warwick's. Does not sack. Alright, so now we know what 122's void drop is for the crafting. If we come down, yep, that's 122. Cool. So with that, guys, that's pretty much everything from this patch. That we'll cover the new hero once we get to the new hero for the hero spotlights. When it comes to the troop buffs, You can go through, read the shoot buffs. There's a bunch of little things that changed. It is important to note that they announced that. Let's see if I can find the announcement because it kind of struck me as weird. They're changing the rules for server transferring. Now you can go to servers that were created newer, or just newer servers than your limitation. I tried to do this last night. It didn't work, so they must not have put this in yet. When you read the fine print, it says in the next update. So that's going to be very weird. I don't know how I feel about that. I'm going to do it because I have a lot of friends on New Realms, and it would be pretty cool to go there and give them my troops. That way they can rapidly progress through the void and everything else. I think that would be a really cool thing to do. But beyond that, I think that's really bad. I'm going to go there with good intentions, but if somebody else tries to do that and they have bad intentions, whew, like in one level 40 castle, I could probably bring my ult to a server that's full of level 30 castles. It doesn't matter if they have a whale there, you're just going to wipe them. So a lot going on in Art of Conquest. Stay tuned for more. Remember to check out in the description that number if you guys want to get added into the OGC in-game chat. Send that friend request. You can send the friend request directly to this account. And you can see the gamer ID on the top there, the 286-86046. I'll also put that number in the description. Send a friend request to this. I'll get you into an in-game chat with the OGC community. And until next time, guys, subscribe and stay safe.